Bottom one of Game 2 in the Cape League Championship Series, and it's the Bravos with an early 1-0 lead after Chase Meggers hits a line drive 99 miles per hour into the right center field gap.
And it was much needed for the Braves. 2 outs right there. You have Holcomb with the single. Bourne doing so much better with 2 outs. We also said it coming into this game. The Braves are 8 for their last 41 with runners in scoring position in these last 4. And Chase Meggers changes that with 1 swing, and the Braves striking first. It's what they do best. And now Tristan Levesque getting the ball for Bourne once again for the 2nd year in a row in the Cape League Championship Series. Last year it was Game 3 on the road at Eldridge Park in Orleans. Here in 2024, it's Game 2 on the road against Harwich. And at Game 3, packed house, 8,000 fans, packed here once again at White House Field. Levesque did not let that moment fluster his ability to pitch well, and we'll see if that stays true once again.
This will be Levesque's 2nd appearance of the postseason. His first came in the bottom half of the 9th inning in the one-game playoff at Hyannis back on Tuesday. Levesque with the teal glove working out of the windup. His first pitch in Game 2. Swing and a miss by Cam Maldonado, the leadoff man for the Mariners, who's coming off an 0 for 5 with 3 strikeout performance in Game 1 at Dorn Park. 5 for 18 overall this postseason is Maldonado. He takes the 0-1. That's in there for strike 2. And you'll see a 3-pitch mix for Levesque. Fastball, changeup, and a slider. Only made 2 starts this spring with URI before suffering a season-ending injury. 0-2. Nearly a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Maldonado lays off. That fastball coming in at 87.
And Levesque does with a lot of authority. You can maybe hear it on our crowd mic. He'll have that grunt when he goes to the heater. He throws with everything he has.
Back out of the windup. On the 1-2. It's a pop-up by Maldonado, foul. Maldonado led this Harwich team in average during the regular season at .258. Also led the Mariners in hits, RBIs, stolen bases, and home runs. Prototypical leadoff hitter at the top of this Mariner order. 1-2. It's the slider. It's a line drive to left field. Becerra to a slide. He makes the catch. What a start for Bourne at the plate and in the field, and a perfect time to take you around the diamond. It's Becerra, Stanfield, and Conrad left to right in the outfield. Holcomb, Houston, Barthel, and Lewis left to right in the infield, with Chase Meggers doing the catching for Bourne this evening.
And a good play there from Tristan Becerra, almost slowing up at first and kind of having a weird read on the baseball, kind of slicing down towards the line, and he has to just get low and get down to 2 knees to make the play.
Here's Aiden Robbins out of Seton Hall. First pitch up and in from Levesque. It misses. Make the count 1-0. Robbins, the sophomore outfielder, the Pirate. 5 for 18 this postseason with a double, 2 RBIs, a walk, and a stolen base. Levesque deals the 1-0. Foul tip into the mid of Meggers to even this count at 1. And for Robbins, what a night in Game 1 yesterday. 2 hits in 5 at-bats, including a double. And he made that spectacular catch in foul territory down the left field line. Robbed Garrett Michelle of a second chance in his first plate appearance. 1-1 from Levesque. Skied foul down the right side. And for Levesque, that season-ending injury he had in February came, ironically, against Virginia Tech. That was right before Garrett Michelle suffered his season-ending injury just a week later. He works under the line. The leg kick, the pitch, and a fly ball to right. Conrad drifting back to the wall, but he now charges in, makes the catch, and it's back-to-back retired to start for Levesque.
And that one straight off the bat had a lot of distance, and Conrad a really good read. It's going to also be tough here. 5:30, that sun going down, especially very hard into right field. Usually there's the 6:30 starts here from White House Field. This one at 5:30, they've made that change in the postseason.
A lot brighter. These Bourne players having to fight the sun early in this ball game, as will the Mariner defenders. Aiden Hill to the plate for Harwich. First pitch curveball by Levesque misses upstairs. Hill, a .276 hitter this spring at VCU, taking his talents to College Park. He'll join the Terps in a couple of weeks for fall ball. 1-0, the heater, just missing outside. But for Hill in this postseason in the Cape, 4 hits and 14 at-bats. 2 of those came yesterday in the 7-3 win. Double and an RBI single. Levesque back out of the line. 2-0 heater. Called a strike on the inside corner. For Harwich, back in the championship series for the first time since 2019. That's when they lost to the Kettleers. Their other two appearances in this century were both resulting in titles in 2008 and 2011. 2-1, breaking ball. That finds the outside corner. It's a called strike two.
And we've seen the mix of pitches very well so far from Tristan Levesque. He's not wasted any time back in the rubber and commanding the strike zone very well to start.
3-pitch mix for the veteran left-hander out of Rhode Island. 2-2 pitch with two away. In the dirt, scoops away from Meggers as the count works full. Chase Meggers behind the plate once again. Him and John Schroeder have been on an alternating cycle all season long since they've joined this Bourne roster. Both joined in the middle of July. Now the payoff from Levesque to Hill. Skied foul out of play down the left side this time.
And he goes back to that fastball there. He'll likely try to go to it again. He's worked low and inside a few times on the off speed and up and away towards the lefty and Hill.
First left-on-left matchup today between Levesque and Hill. Only two left-handed bats in this Harwich order. Another payoff with two away. Just outside, and Harwich picks up their first base runner. It comes on a two-out walk by Aiden Hill.
He goes to the fastball up and outside, just missing there on a good frame from Chase Meggers.
Number 27,
And a two-out base runner, just like Bourne, Holcomb's single. We'll see now what Harwich can do here. Does Wilson Weber, the backstop, just like Chase Meggers, have an RBI triple in him?
And Harwich, what they did so well yesterday was get consecutive base runners. Every inning they scored, they had at least three straight base runners. In that 5-run fifth, they had 5 straight. First pitch to Wilson Weber, the cleanup man. A called strike at the bottom of the zone with the fastball. Weber, another midseason addition for this Harwich team. Robbins in the 2 spot. Hill, who you just saw heard walk. And Weber now hitting, all additions mid to late July. 0-1, slider in the dirt. Hill retreats back to first. Weber, the rising senior out of Oregon State, a 300 hitter in 30 at-bats during the regular season, a 438 hitter in the postseason. 7 hits and 16 at-bats, a couple of doubles, and 5 RBIs, including the go-ahead single in the one-game playoff at Chatham. First pickoff move of the day from Levesque. No tag by Lewis at first base. Weber's been one of the main heroes of this postseason run for Harwich. Nobody thought this team would be in a spot to host Game 2 of the championship series as Levesque throws over once again.
And it's been the switches and the new guys to come in Robbins, Hill, and Weber, guys that were playing 7 games in the regular season and now have been in the 2-3-4 spot here in the playoffs.
Aiden Hill, a 2-out walk. He leads at first base. Levesque stares him down, working from the middle of the rubber. 1-1. Inside-out swing off the end of the bat. It drifts foul over towards that Bourne dugout. The count now in favor of Levesque. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 away in the bottom half of the first inning. A 1-0 Bourne lead. That run, a Chase Meggers RBI triple to right center. This park plays pretty deep. 400 to straightaway center. 330 down the left field line. Pretty similar down the right field line as well. Levesque set at the belt. His 1-2 pitch to Weber. Fastball tailing outside. In the second inning yesterday for Harwich, very similar situation. A 2-out walk for Danny Dickinson, then an RBI single by Macon Winslow following Dickinson's 2 stolen bases. No stolen bases yet for Aiden Hill, but he's got a pretty good lead off of first. He doesn't go, and again, Weber fouls off the 2-strike offering.
And it's back to that low and outside breaking ball pitch. He's just getting the very end of the bat on it. You can't ask for some better spots than from Levesque, but these Harwich hitters last night worked so many long at-bats. They worked Padgett out of the game and even Stevens as well.
Padgett threw 39 pitches in his first inning of work. This will be Levesque's 22nd of his first inning in Game 2. And here is the 2-2 pitch. Elevated fastball. Weber lets it go. It's ball 3. Now you'll see Aiden Hill take off. Full count, 2 away in bottom 1. Bourne trying to keep a lead going into the second. In a very packed environment. Game 2 of the Cape League Championship Series here at White House Field. The payoff. Ground ball. This sneaks past the goal of Merrick Houston. It's into center field. Hill running on the pitch. He gets all the way to third, and the Mariners now threatening as Merrick Houston is slow to get up in shallow center.
And it looks like he's holding near his wrist area. It was Houston who came out of the game last night in replacement for Blake Barthel. And he was shaken up. He's battling some soreness, battling some injuries. That's been going on for a while, and he's been such a warrior to keep playing. Scott Landers inches out of the first base dugout and near the field of play. We'll see if Houston's okay to keep playing here in this inning.
Merrick's been banged up for a while now, but continues to play essentially every day for this Bourne team at shortstop. Never getting a day at DH, a couple of off days at the very end of the regular season, but has played pretty much every game that he's been here for this summer. Left for Team USA for a couple of weeks, but then came back and has been a vital part of this team's run to the championship series. But now Cade Curlin, the second baseman out of Florida. Runners on the corners with 2 away. First pitch from Levesque, misses low.
But what an at-bat there from Wilson Weber to be able to foul off 3 pitches. You work that fastball upstairs. You feel that 3-2 pitch, grounded up the middle. Hill was going. He goes first to third. That's a pro at-bat.
Brings the tying run at third base. But on the next pitch, the 1-0, it's a pop-up into foul territory. Lewis drifting back into fair territory, makes the catch, and Levesque escapes the jam. Runners on the corners with 2 outs, but Cade Curlin pops out to David Lewis, and Bourne keeps its 1-0 lead. We hit the top 2 next from White House Field. It's Bourne with a 1-0 lead over the Mariners. You're listening to the Bourne Braves Baseball Network.